You can sing of the glories of teams you have seen, of the saints of the dons up in old Aberdeen. But in all this wide world there's but one team for me. It's the bold boys who wear the dark blue old Dundee. Let the proud Rangers sing of the records they hold. Let Celtic acclaim all their heroes of old. We will follow and follow our land and our sea, all the brave boys who wear the dark blue old Dundee. There's many a battle been fought on this field, and there's many teams land that Dundee never yield. For although on occasion defeat we must know, we will rise up again and we'll beat every foe. Let the proud Rangers sing of the records they hold. Let Celtic acclaim all their heroes of old. We will follow and follow our land and our sea, all the brave boys who wear the dark blue Dundee. There's Robertson, Penman and Alan Gilzean, with Cousin and Smith, they're the finest you've seen. A defence that is steady, heroic and sure, Lenny Hamilton, Coxeath and Wishart and Yore. Let the proud Rangers sing of their records they hold. Let Celtic acclaim all their heroes of old. We will follow and follow our land and our sea, all the brave boys who wear the dark blue Dundee.
There was Robertson, Penman and Darling Gilzean, with Cousins and Smith, they're the finest you've seen. A defence that is steady, heroic and sure, Lenny Hamilton, Coxeath and Wishart and Yore.
I think Bob Cramsey said they were, he believed that they were better than the Celtic team of the same, of the later vintage, the 67 team that won the European Cup. And I think it was evidenced by their progression to the semi-finals of the European Cup the following season, where they beat Anderlecht, Cologne, who were the favourites and contained 10 German internationals in their number. And then in the semi-final, they were undone by an AC Milan side who eventually went on to win the competition, but also by what is now regarded as a referee who had been on the take from the Italian club. And so I think Dundee could conceivably have gone all the way, and if you speak to players from that generation and who played in that team, they feel that it was a missed opportunity. And Gilzean was central to that run in Europe. He scored 9 goals in 8 games, bettered only by Altafini, the Milan striker, who again benefited from an extra match in the competition and also from possibly some dubious refereeing decisions. I think, you know, when you position Gilzean amongst the all-time great strikers, he ranks in that number. He was one of the greatest headers of the ball of all time. Bill Nicholson said of him that he had a very unorthodox style, but it was the kind of style you would never have tried to coach out of him, or try to coach it into other players, because the margin for error was so slight that it would be a futile exercise. But Gilly wasn't just great in the air; he had also excellent technique. Don Revie, the then Leeds manager and future England manager at the start of the 1970s, said that he was the greatest touch player in Europe at that time. Now, I think that's, you can't get a better testimony than that about Gilly's abilities as a footballer. He was strong on the ball, strong in the air, he had great technique, and if we're looking for a latter-day comparison, I suppose you could compare him with Dimitar Berbatov, but he was better in the air, he was more prolific, and would cost well in excess of the £30 million that Manchester United paid Tottenham for Berbatov. I think there are obvious key elements in Gilzean's Dundee career. There's the league winning season, there's the European Cup run, there's his 52-goal season. He scored 169 goals in 190 games for the club. He remains their leading goal scorer of all time, and really still held in great esteem in the city, and is, to all intents and purposes, a legend. When he subsequently moved to Spurs, he had won 5 caps for Dundee at the time. He earned a further 17 caps for whilst at Tottenham, and really, that wasn't representative of what he should have earned in the caps that he should have won for a player who played for 17 years at the top level, and for a good portion of those years in the top flight in England. And in many ways, Gilzean is kind of the lost genius of Scottish football. His name has been lost to generations of Scottish football followers. In his hometown of Cooper Angus, you walk the streets and you ask people in the streets if they know who Alan Gilzean is. I asked one young girl in the street where Alan grew up if she knew whether Alan Gilzean had lived in that street, and she said she didn't know the name and she'd never heard of Alan Gilzean. I think that's a great shame. Coming from Belfast myself, I look at it's an appall to me, someone like George Best and young kids in Belfast today not knowing who George Best is, and probably a greater shame because Cooper Angus is a small rural village.